Nobody walks into a second marriage without baggage.
Nobody.
And we're not talking about the furniture this time.
We're talking about that stuff that lives inside you. The wounds, the fears, the patterns you built in your last relationship that followed you right into this one.
And if you don't deal with them,
they will deal with your marriage for you.
Hey guys, we're Kris and Kacie from Our Family Rescue.
We have real conversations about blended family life. The great parts, the hard parts, the messy parts, and how to get through them all without it costing you your marriage.
Because when the marriage is healthy, the whole family benefits.
And when the marriage starts struggling, the kids feel that too. And we've learned that the hard way.
We're not therapists or counselors. We're a couple who's lived this.
We both grew up in blended families and then ended up building one of our own.
When we got together, we brought 6 kids under one roof, different ages, personalities, and needs.
And like most couples, we thought love would make it all come together.
It didn't.
We went through seasons of tension, exhaustion, and feeling completely overwhelmed.
But our commitment to God, to each other, and to our family is what carried us through.
And over time, we learned what actually works and what doesn't.
That's why we started Our Family Rescue.
Because when we were going through it, we felt alone, and we don't want any other families to feel that way.
We will share personal stories, but just so you know, we keep all of our kids' details private.
But we will always tell you how it felt from our side, and honestly, that's the most important part anyway, right?
Of course.
This is part 2 of our baggage series. Last time, we talked about all the literal, physical stuff that 2 people bring into a blended family. If you missed that one, please go back and watch it. It was really a good one. Today, we're going deeper. We're talking about the emotional baggage, the invisible stuff, the things that don't show up until you're already deep in your new life together, and then suddenly, there they are.
Let's just name what we're actually talking about, because these topics are too important to dance around.
Every divorce happened for some reason, and those reasons don't just disappear when you find someone new and fall in love again.
They follow you, they shape you, and whether you realize it or not, they show up in your new marriage.
So, we're going to name some of them specifically because we think the moment you hear your situation described out loud, something's just going to click.
And then we're going to talk about what all that actually looks like inside of a new marriage, because that's the part that tends to catch people off guard the most.
One reason for divorce is infidelity, and this one's layered because it affects you completely differently depending on which side of it you are on. If your ex cheated on you, that kind of betrayal rewires something deep. And even though you know, like you genuinely know, that your new spouse is a completely different person, there may still be a part of your brain that keeps whispering, but I thought I knew my ex too. So without even meaning to, you start watching. You check their phone. You read into things that don't mean anything. You ask questions that may sound like accusations. And your new spouse, who's done absolutely nothing wrong, starts feeling like they're being held responsible for something that someone else did entirely. And if you were the one who was unfaithful in your first marriage, you carry that too. Maybe guilt, maybe shame. And your new spouse, even if they've fully chosen you despite knowing your past, may still have moments where that knowledge quietly changes how they show up with you. And that can make you feel like no matter how much you've changed, you'll never quite fully escape who you used to be. Both sides of infidelity leave marks, and both need grace from each other and from yourself.
Another example of baggage is financial betrayal, hidden debt, gambling, reckless spending that didn't just drain a bank account, it drained someone's sense of safety and their ability to trust another person with something as vulnerable as their financial future. If your ex did this to you, you didn't just lose the money. You lost the feeling that you can ever fully let your guard down around it again. So you come into a new marriage holding the finances very tightly, monitoring every purchase, questioning every expense. Not because your new spouse has done anything to deserve that level of scrutiny, but because someone else did. And your nervous system has not forgotten it. And if you were the one who caused the financial damage in your first marriage, your new spouse probably knows that about you, but they chose you anyway. That knowledge lives in them, and sometimes even when they're trying their hardest, it shows up in how they handle money with you. And that can make you feel like you're constantly being watched, like you're never fully trusted. like your past mistake has become a life sentence. Neither of those feelings is fair, but both of them are real, and the only way through them is honesty about what you're carrying and why.
Our next example is addiction: alcohol, drugs, pornography. Living with someone in active addiction is its own specific kind of trauma. It teaches you to be hyper-vigilant, to watch for signs, to brace constantly for their relapse, to never fully relax because relaxing meant missing something important. And even when you're with someone completely different, someone stable and present and trustworthy, that hypervigilance doesn't just turn off. It keeps scanning, it keeps waiting, it keeps bracing for something that may never come. And that constant low-level tension creates distance in a relationship that deserves to be close. And if you were the one who struggled with addiction, you know how much damage it caused. And you may have done a tremendous amount of work to get where you are now. But your new spouse might know your history. And there may be moments where they flinch at things that may seem completely innocent to you. A change in mood, disappearing for a little while, being secretive, not because they don't trust you, but because they love you and they're afraid. And learning to extend grace to that fear, instead of being wounded by it, is one of the hardest but most important things that you can do for your marriage.
Another example is emotional or physical abuse. And I want to be very careful here because this one carries a lot of weight. If you came out of a marriage where conflict meant someone was going to get hurt, either emotionally or physically, then conflict itself becomes something your body is afraid of, not just your mind, your body. So in your new marriage, when tension starts to rise, even over something completely normal, your instinct might be to shut down, go quiet, leave the room, disappear emotionally, because somewhere in your nervous system, a raised voice or a moment of frustration got wired a long time ago to mean something really bad is about to happen. And your new spouse is standing there thinking, why won't they just talk to me? They have no idea that the wall that just went up has nothing to do with them. And if you were the one who was abusive in your first marriage, and you've done the work to understand why, change, you're carrying something heavy too. The shame of who you were, the fear of becoming that person again, and the awareness that your new spouse, no matter how much they love you, may always carry a small, quiet wariness that you put there. Learning to live with that reality humbly and patiently is part of the work.
Our next example is abandonment and emotional neglect. Maybe your ex was physically present, but completely checked out, never emotionally available, never really seeing you, or never making you feel like you actually mattered to them as a person. That kind of chronic neglect teaches you to stop asking for what you need, to stop expecting to be truly known by another person, to make yourself smaller so you don't take up too much space or ask for too much. And now you're with someone who actually wants to know you, who actually shows up, who's actually seeing you. And instead of feeling like relief, it feels uncomfortable, almost suspicious, because love that consistent and that present doesn't match what you learned that love was supposed to look like. So you wait for it to stop, or you quietly convince yourself that you don't deserve it, or you find ways to push it away before it can be taken from you. And if you were the one who emotionally abandoned your spouse in your first marriage, maybe you were checked out, disconnected, too consumed by work or stress or your own pain to even show up the way they needed. You may feel those old habits to pull away, sneaking in. If your spouse knows this about you, they could be expecting it, and learning to stay present and visible, even if you feel like isolating, is one of the most loving things you can do.
Another example we're talking about today is habitual dishonesty and deception. Living with someone who lied to you consistently, gaslighting, embellishing, over-exaggerating over a long period of time really messes with your head. It destroys your ability to trust your own instincts because maybe you trusted them, you believed them, you thought you knew them, and you were wrong. So now you second guess everything. not just your new spouse, but your own ability to read a situation accurately. And that self-doubt is one of the loneliest and most disorienting forms of baggage a person can carry into a new relationship. And if you were the one who was a habitual liar in your first marriage, you may have spent a long time building a version of yourself that keeps things hidden. And even when you honestly want to be different in your new relationship, even when you have nothing to hide, the habit of embellishing can still show up. A hesitation before answering, a vagueness that isn't intentional. And your new spouse, who might already be watching closely because they know your history, notices every single one of those moments. Rebuilding trust requires transparency. That's how you eventually change your story.
Now we want to focus on something else for a moment, because I know there's people watching this who may be sitting there thinking, my spouse and I never really even talked about any of this before we got married.
And that is more common than you think. Sometimes the baggage doesn't reveal itself until you're already deep in your new marriage, until a specific situation reveals it, until the safety of the relationship finally makes it feel okay to surface. And suddenly, you're looking at your spouse thinking, who is this person? Where is this coming from? I have no idea.
And that's a little disorienting and a little scary. But it's not a sign that you made the wrong choice. It's just a sign that your spouse is human and that there's work to do together.
That situation is honestly too layered to fully walk through here. It really does take more than a few minutes to untangle. But we have an entire section in our course dedicated to helping couples navigate exactly that. So if that's where you are right now, we see you, and we have something that can help.
We want to be really clear about something before we move on. We're not saying any of this to shame you, not for what happened in your first marriage, not for the baggage you brought into your second one, not for ways it's already shown up.
We're naming them because unnamed things have power. And the moment you can look at something clearly and call it what it is, it loses some of that power over you.
And then we need to talk about the kids, because they're carrying their own baggage into this new family too.
Children who have been through a divorce carry things they don't even have words for yet. Loyalty conflicts, grief for the family they lost and will never get back, and a quiet anxiety about whether this new family is going to last or if it's going to fall apart like the last one did.
And that emotional weight surfaces in their behavior, in resistance and testing limits, and pushing away the very people who are trying to love them the most.
Which creates pressure on the marriage, which creates more tension, which the kids feel, and the cycle keeps going.
Until someone decides to do something about it.
You are not your past, but your past is part of you. And the healthiest thing you can do for yourself, for your spouse, for your kids, is to stop pretending it's not there.
Because your past is there, and your marriage deserves better than both of you tiptoeing around it.
So, what do you actually do with all of this?
Well, first, get honest with yourself about the baggage you're actually carrying. Was there infidelity, addiction, abuse, financial betrayal? Those things leave specific marks, and those marks show up in your new marriage. Stop letting them operate in the background without your awareness, and then share them with your spouse, not as an excuse for your behavior, but as an explanation for it. There's a big difference between, this is just how I am, deal with it, and this is where this comes from, and I'm working on it.
Second, stop making your new spouse pay for what your ex did. Every time you feel the urge to check their phone or assume the worst, ask yourself honestly, has this person actually given me a reason to feel this way? Or am I acting this way based on my past experiences? Give them the chance to be who they actually are. They deserve that.
And third, when your spouse may be trying to make you pay for what their ex did, lead with grace before defending yourself. There's almost always something old underneath it. And the safest thing you can do is make them feel safe enough to tell you what it is. Calmly try to talk through their fears and address them.
The baggage doesn't have to define your marriage, but ignoring it will.
Here's what it really comes down to. Give each other grace. You both showed up to this marriage with a past, you both have wounds, and you still both chose each other anyway.
So honor that choice. Keep your focus on the marriage you're building right now, not the one in the past.
And if you find that the baggage feels too heavy to work through on your own, that's exactly what our course is designed to help you with. Because these conversations are really hard, and having the right framework makes all the difference.
You don't have to figure this out alone.
If any of what we talked about today hit close to home, if you recognize something in yourself or in your marriage, please don't brush past it.
This stuff is real, and it's affecting more blended families than anyone wants to admit. But it doesn't have to keep affecting yours.
That's exactly why we created Blended Family Survival Training. It walks you and your spouse through these exact conversations with the right framework and the right questions to help you really get underneath what's really going on and start building something significantly stronger.
And if you want to see whether it's the right fit for your family, grab our free starter kit. No pressure, no commitment, just a starting point that could change the trajectory of your marriage.
And when you grab that free starter kit, you'll also get access to a video walkthrough of our full course, so you can see exactly what's inside before you decide anything.
Just go to ourfamilyrescue.com. The link is right here in the description.
And if this video resonated with you, please hit like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications because our next video is one every blended family parent needs to hear.
Next time, we're talking about something that is going to encourage you and challenge you at the same time. Parenting is a thankless job, and most kids have absolutely no idea what they have in a good home. This video is to encourage parents just because it's so hard.
We post regularly, and every single video is a real, honest conversation about what it actually takes to build a strong, healthy marriage inside a blended family.
We are not pretending we have it all figured out, but we've been through it, and we're here to walk through it with you.
Thanks for tuning in. We are really glad you're here.